that we make sure that enough information is communicated, to family members and parents when incidents happen in a city like this, because it makes people feel safer. It makes people feel like somebody cares. And so, although Linda's mom is gone, I would like to, I can't speak for everybody up here, but I do care. And hopefully we can get her and her family what they need. Uh, one more response is, colonialism is the real threat.
Talk about it.
Um,
Talk about it.
and I too was taken back by the comment of invasion, because we are right now on Beniwa people's land, of people of many nations, and this land has been occupied for 160 years by non-indigenous folks. And in a lot of ways, everybody here was either brought here as a slave or immigrated here because the resources in their country was devastated due to colonialism. And so I hope that we can be fair, and actually create a fair and equitable immigration system that don't have people waiting years, to be able to become citizens, because that's been a fight for years. And not one party has resolved it, not the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. So, I think we should be holding everybody accountable. I wanna say, yes, there should have been a long time ago a ceasefire in Gaza, arms embargo, and a resolution from this city. I think the challenge that you are seeing is the reason why we won't talk about these issues is because Congresswoman Cori Bush had a pro-Palestine stance, and she didn't win her primary re-election. And you know what happened? Every politician who was interested in climbing the political ladder saw her fall and decided that it wasn't worth the risk. To the NAACP Youth Council, I wanna thank you for standing up for justice, standing up against racism, and there's no way you can say that you support youth leadership, and then the same adults who say they support young people leading try to stifle the voices of those young people, try to take away their resources, try to micromanage them, try to mismanage them, and try to stunt their growth as a leader and their voice. I'm super disappointed, in any leadership, especially in the NAACP, that will be trying to silence young people from their leadership, because they are the next generation.
There you go.
To Andrew, I went to a grocery store and it said, no kids allowed without an adult. I've also seen stores close after school times. We do not live in a community or I think in a country that values young people.
No.
They are not allowed anywhere, they can't exist anywhere, and they aren't safe anywhere. And that shouldn't happen here in Antioch. And lastly, I wanna say that I've been to Sycamore after every shooting. I'm not afraid to go to Sycamore. I will be back to Sycamore this week, even though I know that there is a risk. And you know why? Because the people have to live there every day. And if you're gonna represent that community, then you should be over there in the community the same way those people have to live and they have to live. I will say that 1.8, almost $1.9 million was brought to this city to address this kind of violence. And in almost 2.5 years, we have not had a response to the Sycamore corridor. So my question to One Day at a Time, which is the organization that received the contract after one failed relationship didn't take root, why haven't you been on the ground in Sycamore providing services from the $300,000 that you got from the city to serve that community that is the president and residents in Sycamore want an answer? The other thing is, thank you, Mike, for coming. I know you're doing the best you can do, and we have a responsibility too as a city. And I also think landlords and property owners also have a responsibility. And I think crime-free housing programs could work, but we have to think about the discriminatory way those programs are implemented in cities that target low-income people and undocumented people, as well as people of color. And so we are currently looking at solutions. The mayor came to Sycamore with me. I've asked others to come and walk in Sycamore with me, because if you wanna represent people, you gotta be where the people are.
None of my committees met, but I have to say, I don't know of you offending anybody up here at all. I really don't. So, keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry about it. Keep doing what you're doing.
Councilmember Overcheck?
None of my committees met, and I have no clue who would have said that, so you're doing phenomenal work.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Other youth should appreciate all that you're doing for them too.
Yes.
Thank you. None of my committees have met, just due to the summer break and everybody coming back, but next week is Delta Diablo, the week after that is Tri Delta. On the 20th, we have the Cannabis Committee, so I think since all of our committees are coming back, we're gonna have a lot of reports coming up. Gavin, you know I love your group. You guys have been strong supporters. You come out and you speak. I'm sorry that even happened to you. I know you've been trying to call me, but we will sit down and have a conversation. You know, you guys have the support. We're here for you. And keep speaking up. People are getting mad and you're saying something that's hitting us.
That's right.
So somebody once said to me, if people are coming at you, you must be doing the right thing.
Well, I must be doing everything right. I wake up to knives and bullets and everything, every single day. But you know what? I love it. Because I know I am doing something right, and I'm rubbing some folks the wrong way, and I don't care. Because it makes our city much, much stronger. And Kevin, I don't know who you offended, but I wasn't offended. And whether we agree or not, we're not always going to agree. But I think, you know, public comment is public comment. It's the town square. This is the town square. And no, we're not bringing hangings. We're bringing opinions. We're bringing perspectives. And yes, some of those perspectives are going to make people feel uncomfortable. There are times when I hear people talking, I'm just kind of cringing, thinking, and these are people who sometimes are my supporters, and I'm like, I just cringe, and I may not agree. But at the same time, I have to respect the fact that that's their opinion, that's their truth, that's their experience, and I think this is part of the public, this is the public square, and so you have every right to say whatever you wanna say. And people's opinions aren't necessarily always reflective. We shouldn't take them as a universal experience for anybody in the city. They're individual perspectives, and we should respect that. And we shouldn't confuse some of these debates that take place here as something larger going on in the community. Because that would be unfair to other people who may not share that same experience. Not everybody in this community experiences the shootings that are taking place. Not everybody experiences the impacts of homeless encampments in their community. Not everybody experiences sideshows, and so sometimes it has to do with location, time, and place, and so we just have to respect everybody's experience and recognize that everyone's experience in the city is not the same, and it will continue to be that as we continue to grow, because we are one of the fastest growing cities in Northern California, so the experiences are going to differ. Most of my committees have also not met, except for the Administration and Projects Committee at CCTA, and the thing we dealt with last time had to do with refinancing bonds, and so we're working on that to save taxpayers money. And that is it. We'll meet with Tri Delta soon, and we'll continue to push forward. I am happy to share, and I'm thankful for my friends from ACE who pointed out my announcement today, that we are on a path to keeping the Amtrak station open. And I really would like to say, I want to thank City Manager Kwame Reed for bringing me Kwame to this for coordinating the meeting. I was very hesitant in going because I've just been infuriated with what happened with the Amtrak and seeing how it all played out and the narrative that folks tried to create. And so I remember telling Kwame, I said, I'm not really interested in meeting with these people. But I agreed to go, and it turned out to be a great meeting where we came up with a resolution to putting us on the right track. So Kwame and I are working on that. When we finalize that, I'll be presenting that to the SJPA. The Joint Powers, the San Joaquin Joint Powers Authority. So I'll be presenting that on the 20th. So I'll be there with you. I may not take the train. And then I'll bring that same proposal back to the City Council for the early October meeting so that the council can review and weigh in as well as we try to make as we try to reinvigorate our Amtrak station. And I will say, in addition to thanking Kwame for encouraging me to go to the meeting, I have to really thank Ace for taking this issue up. I don't think that meeting would have happened without your advocacy work. There's no way it would have happened. And I think I was so disillusioned at that meeting that I presented at that I just thought it was over. And I met with you guys and I said, I don't think this is ever come. This is it. It's over. And to my own surprise, we're going to work it out. We're going to keep our Amtrak station.
We win! We fight! We win!